Okay, so if we just start by making ourselves comfortable, I will mute everybody, don't need to worry about that. Just start by just attending to your position. And just don't try too hard during the practice to achieve or strive for a sensation, a feeling or emotion, experience that we've had previously. Just find what comfort, what position your body wants to be in to find comfort this morning or at this time, and then just gently close down your eyes. Just gently close down the eyes and revisit your comfort, and know that during the practice you can open your eyes again at any time, and you can also move if something goes to sleep. And with the eyes closed, just start by tuning into sound, tuning into any sounds that are happening in the distance, so outside of the immediate environment that you're in. Perhaps you can hear the weather outside. Perhaps you can hear some distant traffic. Perhaps there's a radio. Just listen as the sounds travel just in and out and through your awareness. And just come back to the body periodically. And just feel the whole body just settling down. As the position that you're inhabiting becomes more familiar. Just an awareness of being supported by the surface, perhaps the chair or the sofa that you've chosen to practice on this morning or at this time. And then just take your awareness back into the sounds in the distance that are still happening, and maybe they approach your awareness and then pass out of your awareness. No need to name them. And if you find yourself perhaps following the story of the noise, of the sound, or the vibration, when you realize that that's happening, Just bring yourself back to your body and that sense of just deepening that awareness. Just become aware of the meeting points between your body and the surface, the chair. Just feel those meeting points between the body and the surface. The sharp meeting points. So perhaps the shoulders, the left shoulder and the right shoulder, and the left foot and the right foot, the body and the surface. And just now concentrate on your body as if you're seeing it from the outside. Just looking at the shape the body is making. See your head, your clothes, your whole body from top to bottom. Just seeing the body as an object, a reflection, perhaps you can imagine that you're looking at your own reflection in a mirror as you see yourself or picture yourself in your mind's eye, just settling or settled into the position, just giving all your weight to the surface that's supporting you. Looking at your feet, your legs, your abdomen, chest, arms, hands, your clothing, your face, orientating your vision around your nose, seeing your closed eyes, your forehead, your hair, just everything reflected in your awareness. Awareness of the body as an object. Just bringing your attention now just to the rhythm and quality of the breath. Just becoming aware of the breath perhaps in the nostrils or touching the lips. The breath just flowing between the lips or through the nostrils. meeting at the back of the throat. The breath completely spontaneous. Just moving upwards, coolly, gently. And then just a warmth as you exhale. Just being aware of the expansion and the upsurge in energy throughout the body with the inhale, and just resting and letting go, quietening on the exhale. Being aware of both the inhale and the exhale separately. And just really feeling on the exhale the whole weight of the body, perhaps the weight of the mind, just separating and sinking away from your thoughts, from what's come before the practice and what will come after the practice. Each moment different. Just really resting in this moment. And just letting go, feeling that sense of heaviness, just staying connected to that sense of heaviness. The whole body just feeling heavy with the exhale. The head feeling heavy and the shoulders relaxing down. The arms and the wrists and hands. The chest as it exhales and drops, and all the muscles in the tummy just resting, giving their weight to the hips, which in turn is completely supported by the chair and the surface underneath. Just a feeling of heaviness coming through the legs, down the thighs and the knees to the calves and the ankles, the heels and the feet. Just connecting down through the floor, perhaps the slippers or the carpet. Just all that energy, just allowing you to just be as close to being. And maybe you've been distracted by thinking about something that happened, or something that's going to happen. And if that happens, you can just bring yourself back to the sound of my voice, or just the exhale, or the softening of the tummy. Just refraining from judgment. Perhaps what you were thinking about doesn't make sense at all, because you're starting to dream and you have absolutely no idea where that came from. And that's okay. Just let yourself rest and become heavy. And then just replacing that feeling of heaviness just with a feeling of lightness. Just manifesting the experience of lightness within the body. From the top of the head, so the whole head, the shoulders, the palms, the back, the chest, the abdomen, thighs, knees, calves, the heels, the soles of the feet, the whole body from toe to toe, just feeling light and weightless. As the whole surface of the body supported by the surface, and just feeling light. And if you find that challenging, just concentrate on the area between the body and the surface, and just gradually experience lightness. Feel yourself just floating near to the surface. You're so light that you're just drifting back and forth. And then just see if you can perhaps feel heaviness suddenly. Not as a shock, but more of just suggestion of the lightness receding, and just the heaviness of the exhale, of the letting go. Just coming over the body, and maybe during those two sensations you can feel them both at the same time. Just feeling light and heavy both at once. And then just letting any of those feelings or any attachment that you have to the sensation of heaviness or lightness just dissipate and melt away. Just realizing that you're still practicing, you're still in the room, nothing has changed, and we're going to come to those points of contact between the body and the surface and just bring ourselves, what we call ground ourselves, right down. So the back of the head and the neck, the left shoulder and the right shoulder. Perhaps you can feel the contact with the clothing and the surface, the space between the shoulders at the top of the back, the mid-back, lower back, down into the hips. Perhaps you can feel the digestion rumbling slightly as you've become relaxed, and the back of the thighs touching the surface, the air at the back of the knees, perhaps the back of the knees. You can feel the clothing, and then the calves, ankles, heels and feet. Just really coming back to the body in the room, just bringing some movement into the feet. It doesn't matter what that movement looks like, whether it's big or very small, or whether the movement is just implied. You're just really bringing yourself back into an awareness of the feet. Perhaps picturing what socks you've got on, what shoes, what the surface looks like. And from the surface, just seeing yourself in the room and just orientating yourself back into the space and just bringing some more movement or contraction, however big or small, of muscles. And then just opening the eyes with a downward gaze, just letting the light back in, just gradually, and then just becoming aware that I'm going to turn the recording off so there'll be a louder voice just momentarily, just so that you know that it's coming.